There are many game engines out there, but when new devs are searching for the best game engine, it usually comes down to two: Unity and Unreal. Plus, some up-and-comers like Godot, but let's be real.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
In this video, I'm going to break down a side-by-side comparison of the two big dogs, and ultimately, tell you which one is the best overall game engine. Hi, I'm Irish Ronin. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Alright then, let's do it. First up is graphics. We've all enjoyed video games with low-res graphics, photorealistic graphics, and everything in between. But in evaluating a game engine, we need to consider the high end of the range because, let's be honest, even Gamebryo could handle the basics. So, let's start with Unity. There's no question that there have been some beautiful games made in Unity. Take Subnautica, for example. Crisp images, solid lighting effects, the water looks great, but anyone who's played it on a poorly tuned PC will tell you the lag is real. And that's because graphics really aren't the focus for Unity. Now compare that to this demo footage of Unreal's most recent version. It's not even close. Unreal's multi-thread graphics rendering and GPU optimization functionality are top-notch. So much so that it's even used for non-gaming applications like augmented reality. One of the keys to Unreal's success is their super efficient real-time global illumination. Our brains are used to seeing light behave in a certain way, and Unreal's coders have cracked the code. A word of caution though. In order to get the most out of Unreal's incredible rendering requires a lot of technical knowledge and know-how. That said, this one's no contest. Graphics go to Unreal. Next up is physics. Whether it's a character jumping, a gravity gun, or full-on aerospace simulations, very nearly every genre of game uses simulated physics in one way or another. Therefore, physics is a critical aspect of which game engine you choose. Unreal and Unity both utilize NVIDIA's PhysX middleware as the base for their physics calculations. However, what they've layered on top is very different. If you're looking to make a 2D game, Unity is where it's at. The efficient 2D physics makes for very compact builds, plus the built-in rigid body system allows for quick and direct manipulation of your physics objects with very little code. Unreal, on the other hand, is a bit trickier to use. That said, anything you can do with Unity's physics you can also get done in Unreal, and then some. Unreal's proprietary chaos physics allows you to simulate all kinds of really incredible things, including soft bodies like fabrics blowing in the wind, or destructions and fluids. At the end of the day, even though it's a little harder to work with, Unreal can do more here, which is why Unity gets its second L.
Loser.
Performance is a more competitive category for these two. Remember all those incredible graphics and complex physics simulations I just mentioned? Well, they come at a price. Namely, huge builds and lots of compute power. That's the main drawback for Unreal. The engine comes with an array of built-in optimization tools, which help for sure, but even still, an underpowered PC could really struggle with some games. This is the primary reason that Unreal games are typically seen only in PC and game console applications. It's also the reason we see such incredible looking games coming out of a lot of the big studios who produce for consoles. Conversely, Unity is built for speed. It's a great choice for 2D games and is the choice for mobile development. The light builds and efficient backend reduce the burden on mobile devices, where battery life, compute power, and storage are all at a premium. In the end, this one is really a case of apples and oranges. Grand, impressive, fully rendered 3D world designed for a powerful machine? Unreal's the winner. Smaller game that will play on almost anything? That's Unity. So, as much as I hate to say it, performance has to be a tie. For all software, the user interface is critical. For a game engine, even more so, because you are making software yourself, which is something that can easily become punishingly intricate. Unreal chose to tackle this problem through their blueprint system. It's a visual way of creating and organizing code. The system does work, but it can get extremely involved very quickly, and to my way of thinking, it's just not as easy to adjust as actual coding. Instead of a blueprint system, Unity opted for a seemingly endless supply of drop-down menus. There is a setting for everything. The real challenge is knowing where to find the exact setting you're looking for. This challenge is, however, reduced because of Unity's massive community, but more on that later. What I love about Unity's interface is that you can edit it through code, meaning you can add your own menu systems, you can add drop-downs or whatever else so that you can tweak elements of your game on the fly as if it was part of the engine. Awesome. Now, admittedly, I have very little direct experience with Unreal's blueprint system, but I won't let that stopping me from declaring Unity the winner, because I said so. Which brings us right along to cross-platform support. I'm going to make this one short and sweet. It's Unity. Unity allows devs to code in C# or JavaScript, while Unreal is exclusively in C++. Between that and the comparatively massive build sizes from Unreal, Unity just plays nice with more systems. Hardly a shock, given that this is one of the primary goals of the Unity team, which is why you can take your PC build, tweak a few settings, and now it's a mobile build, or a web build, or the console of your choice. The same way that Unreal just plain wins on graphics, Unity is head and shoulders the winner on cross-platform capabilities. The next category is community. Both engines have a significant user base, forums, and scores of YouTube tutorials to help you learn and share. However, there are some substantial differences in the type of content that exists for each. Unsurprisingly, Unity resources are heavily weighted towards mobile development, 2D games, and smaller scale projects. Just as predictably, a lot of Unreal content out there is focused on graphics and the engine-specific systems like blueprints. One big differentiator in Unreal's community is the Dev Grant program. Epic Games makes an effort to foster new talent in the game dev world and gives promising creators money to produce their games, which is pretty awesome. However, Unity's community is massive by comparison, and with roughly 50% market share to Unreal's 13%, that's no shock. The sheer volume of Unity users means that the odds of you having a question that hasn't already been publicly asked and answered are extremely low, because there's just so many users, which Unity recently learned is a double-edged sword when they announced their new draconian fee structure and with a single tweet convinced their entire user base to rise up in revolt. Whoops. So, while the dev grants are cool, the community win goes to Unity for the massive amount of helpful content that's out there. Which brings us nicely along to fee structures. Current upheaval notwithstanding, historically, Unity has had several tiers of software, and you pay accordingly. The lowest level is free, has reduced functionality, and you don't need to pay anything unless your game makes over $200,000. Pretty good deal, and when you're making that kind of money, the license fees are acceptable. There are 2 higher levels of the software, each of which grants you more access to better tools, which is worth it, I suppose. Unreal, on the other hand, has one version of software. You can download the exact same version as the devs at major studios and use all the tools that they have at their disposal. You don't owe a penny unless you make $1 million. For me, that's no contest. Higher threshold before you have to pay, and you get all the bells and whistles right out of the gate. Plus, the future of Unity's fee structure is currently about as certain as Ezra Miller's career prospects, so Unreal wins. Going into the final category, things are all tied up. So, let's consider the game libraries of each engine. Both have had their share of games from A-list franchises like mobile Mario and Pokemon games for Unity, or the console classics like Mortal Kombat and the Batman Arkham series for Unreal. Both have also had record-breaking smash hits. Unity has its share of indie monsters like Hollow Knight and Cuphead, but Unreal has this little game called Fortnite. Maybe you've seen it everywhere. Pretty evenly matched, but I hate ties. And in this case, the tiebreaker is mobile. Unity has been used to build some classic mobile games like Monument Valley, Temple Run 2, Alto's Adventure, and many more. Meanwhile, Unreal has basically nothing, mostly lousy ports of their console games. And for that reason, game catalogs gotta go to Unity. So there you have it, Unity wins. Obviously, you can use either engine for different purposes and create great games, but there is a reason that Unity is by far the most popular game engine. It's the best. And hey, if you're an Unreal dev and now think I'm a Philistine, let me know what I missed, put it in the comments, and maybe we'll have a rematch in video 2. If you liked the video, help me out and hit that like button. If you really liked it, give that subscribe button a little tickle. If you didn't like it, thanks for sticking around this long, and maybe one of my other videos is more your speed. Until next time, this is Irish Ronin, reminding you of the most important game loop in life: do, fail, learn, repeat. See ya.